Hey guys,
Hoi hoi.
Hey.
we got a special episode for you tonight. A special one, albeit a very short one. And we're going to call this Spotlight.
Yeah, spotlight on one single pickup, a big book.
Exactly. So, yeah, we don't do this very often, but I think we're going to do it every once in a while when we get a book so big and so spectacular that it really deserves an episode of its own. It's going to be a short episode, but it's going to be a good episode because, again, it features only one book. Now, if you remember in one of the most recent episodes, we said we were at Sandy's at Retro Rare, and he got in this really spectacular collection of books, and some of the nicest books we've seen in a very long time, both silver, bronze, and gold age books. And Jose, you picked up one book you used up. And am I right in saying that this is the most expensive book you've ever purchased?
$25 shy of the most expensive book I've ever bought. So,
Yeah.
basically, it's right there.
And it's a book that is worthy of its own episode, so we thought we'd do this special spotlight on this one book. So Jose, take over. Tell us what you did here.
Okay, so guys, it's a new year. And it's filled with new opportunities. To me, 2020 is the year I will probably largely move on from modern era comics. Just too many variants, too many high grades in the census, and just too many heartaches ready and waiting to happen. Now, generally speaking, as a grouping, modern comics are just too chaotically unpredictable, too saturated on the marketplace, and I personally feel mostly irrelevant to the graded comics market. This is a year I largely stay away, though I will still snag cool covers from my favorite artists in 2020. Now, we talk about books in terms of rarity and scarcity, and for some unknown reason, these terms are used interchangeably these days. Let's be clear, something is rare when it is very, very uncommon, period. For example, the Ebola virus is rare, and thank God it is too, for all of us.
Oh, yes.
Something is scarce when the demand is greater than the supply. Economics 101. Example, diamonds are an example of something that is scarce. Diamonds are coveted. Now, the point I'm trying to make here, bottom lining it, not everything that is rare is scarce.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
So on that understanding, this year, I'm encouraging our viewers to invest in at least one book that is truly rare and scarce. Make a commitment to examining the CGC census, making a commitment to looking up books on GPA or Go Collect to see how many copies sold in a calendar year. My challenge to you is to choose a few books that are truly rare, that don't come to the market often, and when they do pop up on time to time on Heritage or Comic Link or eBay, or if you see one in a show floor, make a play at it, even if you don't walk away with it. Make a conscious decision to say no to books of the week, to frivolous spending on things that aren't really smart investments, and save some money so that you can buy one really truly big book in 2020.
One big one.
Yeah, so of course there's a lot of obvious choices. Books like pre-code horror classics like Crime Suspense Stories 22, Black Cat Mystery issue 50, and Chamber of Chills 19. Not to mention all of the amazing L.B. Cole PCH books that have started really taking off in the last year. There's timely books that are market like Marvel Mystery Comics, Captain America, and all winners that are exquisite in their very own right. There's some amazing good girl art like Spirit 22, Blue Beetle 54, Patsy Walker #1, and Reform School Girls No Number. There's sci-fi classics like Startling Comics 49, Brick Bradford #6, and Famous Funnies issues 210 and 214. There are amazing romance comics like Daring Love #1, Teenage Temptations #9, Cinderella Love 25, or any Matt Baker or L.B. Cole key.
Wow.
As a tip, remember, in the wild, it's hard to go wrong with St. John Publishing romance books. these are just a few of the books that I'd like and I'll be looking out for. And I would suggest that you research which of these books are truly rare and at what grade you need to be in as a buy-in in order to maximize your appreciation and value over time. Having said that, let's feature my big book picked up in the dying weeks of December of 2019. Here we have Wonder Woman issue number 24 from July-August 1947, first appearance of the Mask. Now, this, I believe, is one of the truly big keys of the whole Wonder Woman canon. Wow, big claim, let me back myself up. Now, I've performed basically a totally and completely unscientific study of all of the Wonder Woman covers in All-Star Comics, Sensation Comics, Comics Cavalcade, and Wonder Woman. And I do believe that Wonder Woman issue 24 is the very first Wonder Woman bondage cover. We collectors just love first in comics, and if someone can definitively verify it, then I believe that Wonder Woman issue 24, containing Wonder Woman's first bondage cover, is a very desirable and thus collectible book. Truly rare and scarce.
For sure.
But wait, of course, as I said, there's more. This issue has another first. The first appearance, as you can see, of the female villain called the Mask. Now, the CGC label, unsurprisingly, just states Mask appearance. Yeah, and of
really?
course, the Overstreet price guide bunches up the whole Wonder Woman issues 21 to 30 as a cluster with absolutely no mention of the Mask, but comics.org, Wikipedia, and the DC fan-based site all state that the first Wonder Woman appearance of the Mask is in issue 24. So in this case, anyways, I'm convinced and case closed. The Mask is a tormented woman with kind of a split personality who traps people in S&M themed masks that are rigged to dispense a fatal gas. The Mask is one of the last characters, of course, developed by Wonder Woman creator William Moulton Marston, and he was also the last Moulton issue published, and thus the last publishing of that oh so provocative Moulton Marston agenda.
Yeah.
Now, the market is respectful to Wonder Woman 24, but I personally think that the book's demand should be exponentially higher. Now, some recent sales have the book basically trading at about one and a half times guide. Now, personally speaking, the cover itself is a gem. Easily the best Wonder Woman cover within 10 issues on each side of it. So, in the final analysis, is Wonder Woman 24 undervalued? Is that really a question? All of the DC from this period that doesn't have the Joker or Catwoman on the cover is undervalued. So we already have our answer there.
Yeah.
Scares, first appearance of the Mask, agreed upon great cover. Wonder Woman tidal wave continuing to build with the second Patty Jenkins directed movie 1984 dropping in 2020. Any other questions? Let's see now. I can have a top 10 copy of this book at the 7.5 grade with just 6 copies graded higher in the census, or I don't know, a top 700 copy of something like Marvel Spotlight number 5, first appearance of Ghost Rider at the 8.5 grade. Now, in this case, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and yeah, I'm set up to do some serious Wonder Woman shaming of market collectors and speculators when and if they realize just how masochistically weird that is.
Yeah.
Now, as if I didn't need it, but one additional plus to this book is it appears that the last story in the issue, the very final William Moulton Marston story, features a really wild first page bondage splash panel entitled Montezuma's Revenge. Now, of course, I mentioned a late December pickup, basically a birthday present, an indulgence snag from Retro Rare. Yeah, I snagged it and I paid the not insignificant price of $475 Canadian, which at the time was about, with exchange rates, about $340 US. Fair market value at the 4.5 grade is about $400 US, or about $520 Canadian.
Yeah.
Now, for comparison's sake, A Wonder Woman 24 at the 7.5 grade has averaged just $875 US. Last sale coming in May of 2019. While in that same timeline, on Marvel Spotlight number 5 at the 8.5 grade has averaged $1,750 US. You don't need to ask me which is the better value investment long term. Yeah, so the 49th Overstreet price breaks for this book are $232, $348, $742, $1,271, and $1,800 US in the 4, 6, 8, 9, and 9.2 grade splits.
That's fantastic. And definitely one of the best books we've ever shown.
And a plethora of information. Collectors, think about what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're running out buying the first star. Why? Why are you doing
Well, something wrong with having it as first star, but I mean, this book is in an entire new. Well, we're taking it to the next level. Let's just say that.
level?
I think the thing I wanted to come across here is you have to respect the Holy Trinity when it comes to collecting. Whether you're collecting coins, books, art, whatever.
Or not even trust the
There
trend.
is grade, in other words, condition. There is market demand, and then there's scarcity. And those three all have a factor as far as determining the fair market value of anything. Again, the point I wanted to make, just because something is rare does not make it scarce. Case in point,
Exactly.
if you have a really high graded, let's say, Western title from the 1950s, and it's the highest graded copy of that title, it's still the fair market value is going to be modest because of the lack of demand for that title.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Or
like I said, you
people
can fight
chasing
against it or think
variants.
it's wrong, but that's the way
Well, there
it
was
is.
no variance back at this time.
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
but
yeah.
people chasing variants today. I mean, so many episodes you've seen where they buy it, it spikes, it drops.
I've dipped my toe in the variant market, and as I said, I'm largely moving on just to concentrate and save my funds for truly bigger pickups.
Exactly.
I'm going to pick up good covers, and that's basically it when it comes to the modern market.
Exactly.
Now, one of the things I like, because we've looked at this book really closely, is I'm very impressed with the condition. It's a 4 or 5. It's a mid-grade, obviously, but I think what I was most impressed about is when you turn it over and you look at the back, it's a really nice condition on the back as well. So I was when I saw this book, Jose, the first time you when you first bought it, and I looked at, I was very impressed.
Well, all I can say, it's got off-white to white pages. So outside of having white pages for a 7-year-old
Yeah.
book, I mean, I will take it
Yeah.
all day and twice on Sunday.
Colors are clear and pop, and
Yeah.
the presentation.
It presents very well for a
right
4 or
there.
5.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And as
Huge colors,
as you've already
creases.
mentioned, the interior with the off-white pages, it looks great. And I guess the elephant in the room is the centerfold that is detached, but it's there,
Yeah.
and the whole book is there.
Yeah,
And
no, I mean, anything, like I said, of a major condition thing, it would be noted in the header of the grade. So this is about as good a condition of book as you're going to get outside of a white pages example. But it's off white to white. I will take that for a 7-year-old book.
yeah, Jose, this is truly a special piece, and I guess now the centerpiece, or at least one of the major centerpieces of your collection.
You know, as a bondage good girl art collector, this is a kind of a grail, a mini grail for me, but nevertheless a grail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, congratulations, Jose. That's spectacular.
Oh yeah, that was a heavy spending day there, but I am happy to have it. You never regret the purchases you make. You always regret the purchases you do not
don't
make.
Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
You
And
don't-
this is one of those situations. You land that big fish, you grab that oar, and you smack it on the head, and you land that baby, man, because you will not get an opportunity.
Damn
You
straight.
cannot afford to basically be indecisive there. It's there. You reasonably are, dicker and come with a price, and you get it.
Yeah.
As the Wonder Woman guy, I am just reeling with jealousy. Absolutely. What can I say?
So that concludes our spotlight, our DC spotlight on Wonder Woman number 24. And probably one of the best books we've shown.
Yeah, I think it demands to be there with the other big Silver Age keys like First Cheetah or issue 98, first Silver Age issue. It should definitely be a part of that conversation.
Absolutely.
So once again, guys, if you like what you saw, leave the comments because we love reading them, and hope you enjoyed looking at this book as much as we liked showing it. Kind of a show and tell spotlight there.
Yeah, hoy hoy, dudes.
And we will see you next time.
Yes, yes.